Most people are trying too hard. They chase, they force, they grip life tightly, afraid that if they relax, everything will fall apart. The Stoics believed the opposite. They believed that force blocks flow. When the mind is desperate, judgment collapses. When judgment collapses, actions become clumsy, and clumsy actions push away the very things you want. Stoicism does not teach passivity. It teaches correct effort, effort without panic, action without attachment, discipline without anxiety. This is why the Stoics looked calm even in chaos. They understood a powerful truth. Life responds better to a composed mind than to a desperate one. When you relax internally, you see clearly. When you see clearly, you act precisely. When you act precisely, results follow naturally. What modern culture calls manifestation, the Stoics called alignment with nature. You do what is within your control, you release what is not, and you trust the process of time, not blindly, rationally. Most people block their own progress by resisting reality. Stoics moved with it. They did not beg life. They did not argue with it. They cooperated with it. And because of that, things came to them without force. Opportunities, respect, stability, peace. This video is not about wishful thinking. It is about Stoic rules that remove inner resistance so life can respond. There are 10 rules the Stoics lived by that made life feel lighter, clearer, and strangely cooperative. Not because they wanted everything, but because they stopped fighting everything. Stay until the end. Because once you understand why Stoics stayed calm while others struggled, you stop chasing outcomes and start attracting them through discipline. Before the Stoics ever spoke about getting what you want, they spoke about removing what blocks you. They believed life does not resist you. Your resistance to life resists you. This is where the first 2 Stoic rules begin. Stoic rule number 1, stop fighting reality. Most suffering comes from one mistake, wanting reality to be different instead of responding to it correctly. People argue with what already exists. They resent the past. They panic about the future. They emotionally reject the present. The Stoics called this self-created friction. Reality does not change because you resist it. It only drains you. When you stop fighting reality, your mind clears, your reactions slow, your decisions improve. This is not surrender. This is strategic acceptance. Acceptance means, this is what is happening. Now, what is the best move? That question alone changes outcomes. Why acceptance makes life move toward you. A calm mind sees opportunities a desperate mind overlooks. When you resist reality, you rush, you force, you misjudge. When you accept reality, you observe, you adapt, you act precisely. Stoics understood that precision beats force. Life responds to clarity. Stoic practice. Accept the situation fully, then act decisively. No complaining, no emotional protest, just alignment. Stoic rule number 2, detach from outcomes, commit to action. This is the most misunderstood Stoic rule. Detachment does not mean inaction. It means freedom from anxiety. Most people fail not because they don't try, but because they are emotionally attached to results. Attachment creates fear of failure, overthinking, hesitation. Stoics removed this pressure. They focused on correct action, not guaranteed outcomes. Why? Because outcomes are not fully in your control. Actions are. Why detachment accelerates results? When you stop obsessing over results, your thinking sharpens, your timing improves, your confidence stabilizes, you stop chasing, you stop forcing, and paradoxically, things begin to move towards you. Opportunities arise because you are ready, not because you demanded them. People trust you because you are calm, not because you seek approval. Progress follows discipline, not desperation. Stoic practice. Do your part fully, release the rest completely. The Stoics believed a person obsessed with outcomes cannot act correctly. A person focused on action often gets outcomes naturally. The Stoic paradox. Important. The more you need something to happen, the worse you perform. The more you trust yourself to act well regardless, the better life responds. This is why Stoics appeared lucky. They were not lucky. They were unblocked. Why relax does not mean do nothing. Relaxation in Stoicism means relax your anxiety, relax your grip on control, relax your need to force, but never relax discipline. Stoics worked hard. They just didn't panic while doing it. Calm effort outperforms frantic effort every single time. Stoic rule to lock in. Accept reality. Act correctly. Release attachment. Everything else is noise. At this stage, Stoicism stops talking about control and starts teaching timing. Most people fail not because they act wrongly, but because they act at the wrong moment, with the wrong energy. The Stoics believed life has rhythm. Those who fight the rhythm struggle. Those who move with it progress quietly. Stoic rule. Number 3. Master patience as a form of power. Modern people see patience as weakness. Stoics saw patience as dominance over impulse. Impatience is emotional urgency. Urgency clouds judgment. When you rush, you choose poorly. You speak too much. You reveal desperation. Stoics waited deliberately, not passively, strategically. They understood that time reveals true opportunities, true people, true paths. Most mistakes are made early. Most wisdom appears late. Patience allows wisdom to catch up with action. Why patience makes things come to you. When you are patient, you don't scare opportunities away. You don't force weak connections. You don't accept misaligned outcomes. People trust patience. Life responds to composure. A calm person signals, I am not afraid of waiting. And nothing attracts respect more than that. Stoic practice. Delay reaction. Delay decision. Never delay discipline. Stoic rule number 4. Do not chase. Position yourself. Chasing is a confession of lack. The Stoics refused to chase approval, success, recognition. They positioned themselves instead. Positioning means building skill quietly, strengthening character, preparing before opportunity appears. When the time came, they were ready. Most people run after outcomes they are not prepared to sustain. Stoics prepared first, and because of that, life met them halfway. Why positioning beats chasing? Chasing creates imbalance. You want more than you offer. Positioning creates symmetry. When you are aligned internally, external things arrive naturally, not magically, logically. Stoics trusted preparation over pursuit. Stoic practice. Become the kind of person who deserves the outcome before expecting it. Stoic rule number 5. Protect your inner calm at all costs. This rule holds everything together. The Stoics believed inner calm was more valuable than any external gain. Why? Because without calm, success feels fragile, progress feels stressful, victory feels empty. Inner calm allows you to think clearly, respond wisely, stay consistent. A disturbed mind repels opportunity. A calm mind attracts cooperation. Why calm makes life easier? People prefer to work with calm individuals. Opportunities flow toward stability. Decisions favor those who are not reactive. Stoics appeared fortunate because they were emotionally predictable. They did not overreact to loss. They did not over-celebrate success. This balance made them reliable. Reliability attracts opportunity. Stoic practice. If something costs your inner calm, it costs too much. Protect peace first. Everything else follows. The Stoic pattern you should see now. Rule number 1. Accept reality. Rule number 2. Act without attachment. Rule number 3. Practice patience. Rule number 4. Position. Don't chase. Rule number 5. Guard inner calm. Notice the pattern. None of these rules force outcomes. They remove resistance. And when resistance disappears, movement becomes natural. The Stoic shift. Critical. At this stage, you stop asking, when will it happen? You start asking, am I aligned? Alignment replaces anxiety, and alignment makes life cooperate. Stoic rule to lock in, calm effort. Plus, correct timing always outperforms desperate force. At the highest level of Stoicism, you stop asking life to give you things. You start becoming someone life responds to. The final 5 Stoic rules are not techniques, they are ways of existing. Stoic rule number 6. Trust time more than urgency. Urgency is emotional. Time is rational. Most people ruin outcomes because they cannot tolerate waiting. They interfere. They rush. They sabotage what was already forming. The Stoics trusted time deeply, not passively, but intelligently. They understood that some things ripen, some things decay, some things reveal themselves. Only time shows which is which. When you trust time, you stop forcing conversations, you stop chasing confirmation, you stop acting from fear, and when fear leaves, clarity enters. Stoic practice. Do what is required today. Let time handle the rest. Nothing meant for you will miss you if you don't panic. Stoic rule. Number 7. Simplify your life aggressively. Complex lives create scattered minds. Scattered minds block progress. Stoics lived simply not out of poverty, but out of precision. They removed unnecessary desires, excess commitments, emotional clutter. Why? Because simplicity reveals direction. When your life is simple, decisions are faster, focus is sharper, energy is conserved, life moves toward those who are not overloaded. Why simplicity attracts results? Complex people hesitate. Simple people move. Stoics knew that clarity is magnetic. Stoic rule. 8. Practice restraint. Even when you can indulge, this rule separates Stoics from disciplined performers. Anyone can restrain themselves when they lack options. Stoics restrained themselves even when they had options. They ate moderately. They spoke carefully. They avoided excess. Restraint creates self-trust, and self-trust creates calm. A calm person does not rush outcomes, and outcomes arrive more easily. Stoic practice. Just because you can does not mean you should. Restraint sharpens character. Stoic rule number 9. Trust your own judgment over the crowd. The crowd reacts. The Stoic reflects. Most people outsource judgment to trends, to opinions, to noise. Stoics did the opposite. They trusted reason. This does not mean arrogance. It means inner authority. When you trust yourself, you move without hesitation. You don't seek constant reassurance. You don't crumble under disagreement. Life responds well to those who are internally guided. Why self-trust makes life easier. Hesitant people block opportunity. Decisive people attract it. Stoics trained decisiveness by trusting their reasoning process. Stoic rule, 10. Live as if you already have enough. This is the final rule, and the most powerful. Desire shouts. Sufficiency whispers. Stoics lived from sufficiency, not because they had everything, but because they did not need everything. When you live as if you have enough, you stop chasing, you stop forcing, you stop negotiating your dignity, and paradoxically, life becomes generous. Because neediness repels, contentment attracts. The final Stoic pattern, important. Notice what all 10 rules have in common. They do not pull life toward you, they remove resistance. And when resistance disappears, movement becomes natural. Life does not need to be convinced, it needs space. Final Stoic realization, relax, everything will come to you, does not mean sit and wait. It means stop fighting reality, stop chasing outcomes, stop distrusting time, act correctly, remain calm, trust alignment. The Stoics never chased life, they walked correctly, and life followed. Final Stoic closing. According to the Stoics, what is meant for you does not require panic. It requires discipline. It requires patience. It requires a calm mind that knows how to wait without wasting time. Relax your anxiety, not your effort. Everything that aligns with who you are becoming will come, not loudly, but inevitably.